We have a lot of great partners around the region, a lot of people who've worked with us on a variety of projects, but if you look at where the 21st century might take New York, where it might take the Port Authority, and the role of transportation and economic development, when we were thinking about AirTrain, it wasn't just a transportation project, it was also an economic development project.
The first prototype of an urban subcenter was Jamaica. Jamaica was an aging downtown in central Queens. It had good transportation, but it had fallen from the hub of economic and social activity that it once had. So one of the first studies of the new second regional plan that RPA embarked on was a study called Jamaica Center, a center for the borough of Queens and for, indeed, all of Long Island.
There used to be the city planning planned the city, the private sector did or didn't develop the city, chambers of commerce or borough presidents argued for a development here or development there, but there's no entity concentrating on pulling these pieces together in a feasible way.
And so one of the recommendations of the Jamaica Center report was the creation of a local development corporation.
With a development corporation, you can invent, administer, and access different sources. So it's gone a long way from planning. But you can all do that all in a way that has a way of optimizing the land uses and the connectivity between parts.
The early vision of a rail connection to Kennedy Airport and the revitalization of downtown Jamaica, in my experience, began with AirTrain and the early years of recognizing that Jamaica was inextricably tied to the Kennedy Airport and the airport industry, and if we had a chance to connect that off-airport piece into Jamaica, you could have another city center the way downtown Brooklyn became a city center. What Greater Jamaica brought was a strategy that linked that and brought a community-based effort which allowed us to talk to the community, develop the kind of support for what obviously was a very difficult project.
We thought it was going to be a boondoggle. AirTrain was something that had our community quite upset. And to be honest with you, at the beginning, I was adamantly opposed to it.
And they were concerned about it, and we had to find a way to link that transportation project back into the community. Transportation moves people, but transportation really creates economic activity and wealth creates communities, and communities rebirth take place, and you get an organic growth out of smart development that we were able to put together. There were many, many people who never thought AirTrain would happen, and it probably wouldn't have happened if there wasn't that larger theme to it, that if it was just seen as we're going to put a big guideway down the Van Wyck and there are going to be a lot of trains carrying people to Kennedy Airport, that doesn't really get to the heart of the project, and we probably would have never been able to take it through the city land use and approval process. So they saw it early, they created a vision, and they allowed us to bring a transportation project as part of that effort.
Finally completed, I think that it's serving its purpose, that it's now bringing people in. It certainly is a benefit.